What's up? It is Kelly Michelle, and I am here stalking some stocks. So before I get started, I want you to go ahead and click that link to like this video. Comment below if you agree or disagree, and subscribe to my channel, and I would appreciate it. You can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and like my recent, and I'll respond and follow you back and everything. We spread the love around here. I want to talk about one stock in particular. It's a cannabis stock, a Canadian cannabis stock, and it's called Aphria Inc. The ticker is APHA. Because this stock has been doing some interesting things. Currently, right now, the cannabis industry is taking a slight hit because of Aphria's recent reported earnings, which were lower than they anticipated. The reason I actually entered into Aphria, I got a position in it because of the fundamentals of financials I had reviewed prior to this recent spike in the stock. And the spike came from the recent vice presidential debate. Basically, if the Democrats are the ones that are going to win, then they are likely to legalize marijuana, and that in turn will lead to a better outlook on the cannabis industry. Right now, it's down. Just because, like I said, of those earnings, it was a big spike, but those earnings changed everything. So let's look a little deeper here. Okay, Aphria is, like I said, it's a Canadian stock. So yesterday, actually, they reported their earnings, and their earnings fell from 99.1 million in the previous quarter to 82.2 million. So that's about $10 million dollars less than the previous quarter, and they basically blamed it on the pandemic. It says the company noted the pandemic as the primary reason for the decline in revenue. And they actually wrote down 65 million of that loss due to COVID-19 related costs. With a potential vaccine, these future costs would disappear though, and improve the outlook going forward. So we got to be careful, my cannabis stock investors. Don't sleep on this stock. Don't sleep on it. The market reaction is overblown a bit because they're interpreting the quarter as it being problematic, but it can also actually, it's a possibility that this is an opportunity. Okay. The gross contribution margin was the same as last quarter, even with less revenue. So this is the question. When will APHA, or Aphria, start the lucrative strategy of selling high-margin cannabis through its 13,000 pharmacies? The knowledge that this is going to happen is the reason why you buy this stock or purchase a share of this company. You know it's going to happen because cannabis is becoming legalized slowly but surely. And medical cannabis is already circulating throughout the states, and they have 13,000 pharmacies currently. They just started shipping products as they disclosed last week. So they just started shipping products, and their sales in Canada there are no issues. The volumes of sales will continue to go up rapidly though. Price depression will evolve upwards eventually, just like it did in Colorado. So the minute that things are going to change, or it's likely that legalization is taking place, or the presidential candidate that suggests that marijuana be legalized for whatever reason. Hey, Democrats. So you never know. You never know. But that it's looking like that is one that might do something, just like Colorado's change, and it could happen pretty quickly. They ought to be able to get all revenue lines heading in the right direction sooner than later. The market's interpretation of the quarter seems to create opportunity. And what does that mean? That means that this may be a time to purchase this stock. Okay, I entered into a position on a platform called Webull. When I first entered into the position, it was about $4.44 per share. It had gotten all the way up to about a little over $6 per share, maybe, just before the news of their earnings yesterday. My sister and I had invested in some shares. I had about 12 shares. Just because I had checked out their financials and it looked pretty promising, and the quarter prior to the one they reported yesterday reflected a earnings report of better than they had anticipated. So, I felt like that was a good stock to enter into. Talking to my sister, she's like, I researched it and this is why the jump. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, it still might be going up. She's like, okay, I'm putting some money on it too now. So we both have positions in it. But what I'm saying is the market is reacting like, I got to get out of this stock. It was a bad choice. But that may not be the case just yet, because it's still in those same lines as other cannabis stocks, where it may take a while for everybody to come around as far as the legalization of it. But once that happens, it's over. So you definitely don't want to pass that up if you are an investor on that change, which is coming. We just don't know exactly when. So I wanted to point out that stock, it dropped on that news of their earnings. The stock dropped 18%, throughout the day. And that's a lot. That's a big dip. But I think that this one is going to be one that is likely to bounce back. Let me go, turn it down. Let me go and see exactly what number it is before we end this live, where it is right now. That research I was reporting, was from last night. So, it might be a little better today already, but I'm not expecting it to happen fast. I know that the industry is promising investor-wise, so I'm not worried about it. And, I have my stop loss set up on there, and my sister does too. Whenever we enter in a position, we put that stop loss on, because we don't have to be over here worrying about if we lose too much money, and all of this. So we could just put that on, and we make that loss very small, and do whatever we want with the stop, where we gain a profit. But outside of that, you still, you can be patient, and it's up to you. You don't have to fall in love with a stock. You want to make a change, you want to sell it, do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I'm just talking about how I handle and the reasoning for my handling stocks a certain way. And my sisters and I, we talk, and my nieces, we talk daily about how we are handling different transactions. And we all have that same mindset where we are risk takers. We'll take a risk. But we want to make sure that we do our research too, and we want to make sure that we stay, we take our emotions out of what decisions we're making, and we're looking at the facts and the patterns. and we're staying patient. Patience is key. Okay, so I'm here in Webull now, and I'm going to put a link in the description box for you to open an account with Webull if you want to start investing. That is a good platform to start with. They don't let you do partial shares. That's the only thing about Webull. And if you do a stock, or if you find they have penny stocks on there, but if you have a stock that is less than $1, you have to get at least 100 shares. That's another thing with Webull. So outside of that, anything over $1, you can get 1 share of a stock that costs $1.05. But if the stock is 99 cents, you got to get 100 shares of it or more. But yeah, that's fine. You know, like I said, some of the platforms allow you, majority of them allow you to do, the majority of the ones I talk about allow you to do partial shares, which is cool, meaning you don't have to pay that entire price for that share. You just pay the amount you want, and then you'll have that percentage of a share based on the amount you pay. But you will see this link for Webull, and you go ahead and enroll and get started with investing, and be investing with me. I'm going to be in here live daily, and you know, you teach somebody something, lecturing them, they may learn it, you know, they'll forget it. But when you do it with them, then we start learning. So I want to have more hands-on and screenshots showing while I'm doing these things, so that we can all make sure we ride this wave, baby. So, real quick, this, oh, it's going so slow. This stock here, let's see, it's currently at 466. So I'm still hanging on because I got my stop loss on there. 0911. Goodness. Let's see. Okay, so when like I told you, when I purchased it, the price was, or my average share price was $4.44. The last price reported was $4.67. So it's taking a little plunge there. I had an increase of about $18. The last I checked prior to the drop. So it's no big deal. So again, that it boils down to, what are your investment goals? Are you investing long term? If you're investing long term, these little things aren't going to faze you, because you've researched the company and you know it's a good company, and they'll bounce back even if it's the pandemic that has their numbers looking a little slack for a minute. So if you have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. Links are everywhere. And I am going to edit this video to make sure I add some screenshots in here. I'll make sure I have links so that you can visualize what we discussed today. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.